Hello citizens and welcome back. It's City 1, Brentford 2 in the Premier League, and unfortunately this one falls on Pep for me. But before I get into it, make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe as well before you go anywhere. Both of those things really help the channel to grow, so thank you for doing that. And let's get into it. So right from the beginning, from the first minute to the 102nd minute, City were poor throughout. We were absolutely dire. And I said in the match preview, the last thing we needed to do was lose this game and lose all the hard work we did against Fulham, winning in the 95th minute with a penalty last weekend. Well, that's exactly what we did. We did not get out the traps well at all in this game. And I also said in the match preview that Brentford would defend deep, they stay compact, and then hit us on the break. They've got good players throughout that team. They know how to defend. They know how to win games. And it's exactly what they did. They absolutely did us. In the first 5 to 10 minutes, they could have been 3-0 up. If it wasn't for Ederson, that game would have been out of sight before we even started playing. Absolutely dire was everything they did going forward. In that first 10 minutes, they got through our defense like they weren't even there. It was so poor. They were quicker to every second ball. They were better in the air, and they just seemed stronger, more physically into it. I don't know what it was, whether it's the World Cup on our minds or what, but City were poor. Now, I do want to say that I've said it for a few weeks now, if not a couple of months, and I'm sure plenty of people disagree, but I don't think you can play Gundogan and De Bruyne together in some games. I don't think you can do it. Not even Pep can do it. And in this game, I think it showed. I really do, because the number of times I've said that you need to play Bernardo in the middle alongside De Bruyne because he helps out the defense more. He gets around the pitch. He's a little bit more mobile. Rather than Gundogan and De Bruyne, who both push forward and leave Rodri and the defence exposed, particularly when we push the fullbacks up. I've said it so many times, and this game highlighted it to an absolute T. I thought we got away with a few chances against Chelsea midweek, but in this game, we did not get away with it. And it just highlighted it for me. Again, the problem. And Pep made some interesting calls. He did play Akanji, he played Stones, he played Cancelo, and he played Laporte. Right, so for me, Stones on the right hand side, I'll let him off with, because I like Stones, and I think even on the right hand side he plays quite well. And I don't think Stones had a particularly bad game. But if you're going to play Akanji and Stones, I think Akanji has to be on the right and Stones in the middle, because Stones is better on the ball than Akanji is. And you saw with Laporte, when Laporte was pushing out, it made a huge difference, because Laporte's pushing out with the ball. He's trying to play through balls. He's trying to play diagonals. He's trying to get the ball into the box. He's trying to create something. He ended up on the left wing a lot. Akanji doesn't do that when he's in the middle. He wanted to go backwards all the time. He looked uneasy on the ball. And for me, Akanji lost a lot of his aerial duels. I haven't seen the stats, but I don't remember Akanji winning a single header. I thought he was poor, and I thought he was poor on Brentford's first goal when he's let whoever it was that won the header, it was me. When he let me win the header over him, he was poor there. And I thought he was poor on the second goal when he's let Wissa, whoever it was, go past him as well without challenging him. And I thought he had a dire game today, Akanji. I really do. And it's a shame as well, because I've said in previous videos that I like Akanji and I think he's been a good signing. But the last few weeks, whether it's tiredness or what, he has dropped in levels. And this game, yeah, for me, poor. Really poor. But Laporte, like I said, when he was on the ball, he was driving forward. I thought he did good. He was unlucky with the Toney first goal, because I think he got his head to it first. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's just one of those. He couldn't do much on his own in the back. He really couldn't. Cancelo, he did all right. You know, of course, he goes forward a lot more defensively. It's Cancelo, isn't it? But he didn't really create anything. His crossing was... I'm getting to the crossing, but it wasn't great. Stones, again, I thought he had a good game, Stones. I do, but, you know, not much else he could do. And there's a few occasions in that first half, and again, I don't know if it's the World Cup, but when Stones was taking a couple of throws, it was 2 or 3, not a single player would go and help him. Not one player would go off themselves for him. And, yeah, it just looked isolated on the right-hand side. He really did. Now, in the middle, Rodri, I thought he had a decent game, but we know what Rodri's all about. You know, he helps out the defense, he goes forward, and yeah, solid game. You know, nothing great, nothing bad, just decent all-round game. Gundogan, my word, Gundogan today. Now, you can argue that his job is to get into the box, arrive late, whatever, get into the 6-yard box, create chances, and he was unlucky with a couple of shots, but I thought he was poor. I really do, and I rate Gundogan a lot, but I don't think him and De Bruyne, like I said, when them two are pushing up, they just expose our back two, our two centre halves and Rodri. They just really don't help them out. And it was a classic example today. De Bruyne, Pep, Pep frustrates me. He really does. But I want to get into Pep a little bit later. But De Bruyne was mostly played on the right-hand side. And again, De Bruyne was poor today. His crossing was bad. His passing was poor. You know, he could have brought down the Brentford player on the edge of the Brentford box before the second goal, like when they countered right at the end, but he didn't do it. So yeah, he didn't have a great game. Right hand side, we had Bernardo Silva, absolutely wasted on the right hand side. He's got to play in the middle. He was fantastic today on the ball. I thought he was wonderful. A couple of occasions where he's gone past 3-4 Brentford players. He's trying to create something, but on the right hand side, he's a complete waste of his talent. Put him in the middle alongside De Bruyne or alongside Gundogan. Left hand side, Foden, I thought he was one of the better players in the first half. Yeah, he didn't do much really. His end product wasn't there, but at least he was trying. He was trying to be more direct. He was trying to get into the box. He was putting balls in there, and he took his goal really, really well. It was such a fantastic finish. His goal, wonderful. Couldn't hit it any cleaner or any harder. Beautiful goal. Haaland, it wasn't his day. Like, he was crowded up by 3 Brentford players all game. You could see on his face he was so frustrated. The best chance he would have probably have had is when Alvarez came on in the second half and tries to cut the ball across the box for him, but then he slipped. But Haaland did not have a good day today. His link-up play was decent. His passing was good. He fashioned a few half chances for other people, but in terms of crosses, nothing fell his way. It was all over his head or just short of him. It just wasn't to be. And yeah, the only substitution we made was bringing Alvarez on for Cancelo, which pushed Foden left back. Right, so Pep, oh my word, Pep. Now, I love Pep. I want him to stay for life. I want him to sign a contract for as long as I'm alive at City. But I tell you what, and I said it just recently in a video, that Pep, or it might be on Watch Long, Pep is the only person that can beat Pep. Pep plays himself so much, and he's done it again in this game. I tell you what, like, playing Bernardo on the right-hand side, as soon as I saw it, I knew we were going to have problems in that middle, and we did. And then when he puts Bernardo in the middle, he puts De Bruyne on the right-hand side. He takes Cancelo off to bring Alvarez on so we have another attacking threat, but then he plays Foden left back. It's unbelievable. And who does he have? Like other teams, when they have corners, right, when they have set pieces late on in the game, they leave their quickest players on the halfway line to watch for counter-attacks. We don't do that. We leave Gundogan on the halfway line, who is not quick to get back. And it could have been 3-1, don't forget, because we've gone all out push it. When we're looking for a goal, we've gone all out, like, to try and win the game. And who is it? The furthest player back for us, De Bruyne, left 1-on-3. 1-on-3. And somehow him and Ederson do enough for De Bruyne to clear off the line. Otherwise, it would have been a Toney hat-trick. Toney could have had 5 or 6 today. And it's just unreal that we don't... you can see why we miss Walker. This game is also an example of why we miss Walker. Because we need quick players. We need quick fullbacks. We need quick defenders. And we need players with speed. So on counter-attacks, because we play so far up the pitch, we play high on the halfway line, we need players that can get back in time to defend. And we just don't have them. We just don't have that sort of player. We just haven't got anyone that can break the neck to get back like quicker than anyone else. In fact, I think, if I'm right, the second goal... I think it's Haaland who gets all the way back from the Brentford area. He runs about 100 yards, and he's the one defending at the near post. And it's Gundogan that lets Toney in for the goal. I'm pretty sure it's Haaland on that near post who gets back all that. So it just goes to show where we are. We're fantastic on forward at times, but defensively, my word, like Pep goes for ball players constantly across the whole back four, which is great. It's wonderful. It's nice to watch. It's great having a left back who's right footed that can whip a ball in, you know, and it is great having a right back that can get up and down the pitch, but we need pace because we play so far up the counter attack. And it's so, I said it in the watch along as well. I knew it was coming. I said Brentford have been time wasting the whole 90 minutes. We're pushing so far up to get the winner. We're desperate to get the winner. We're desperate to get 3 points that you just see the counter-attack coming. And when it did, they took it. They were clinical with it. And fair play to him. You know, maybe Brentford deserve it. Honestly, I mean, in the first half, I don't think we deserved to go in 1-1 at half-time. In the second half, Brentford didn't do anything. It was all us. But they just defended. And they did it really well because we offered absolutely nothing. We were poor. And they hit us on the break. And it's possibly deserved, to be honest. Shocking result. We've let ourselves down, and this result has been coming. Let's be honest, the result has been coming. You know, we've not been red hot in the last couple of months. The Champions League, we saw some poor performances. You know, a few 0-0s. You know, even against FC Copenhagen, I know we're down to 10 men, but come on, we should be beating them. And yeah, the game against Fulham last week, you know, went down to 10 men, but didn't really create anything again until towards the end when Haaland came on. We've just been getting away with things. We've been grinding out results without playing particularly well. And that's also credit to where we are in the league as well, because we're going to be like 5 points behind Arsenal now going into the World Cup break. And we've not particularly played that well in the last few weeks. So, I mean, fair play, I guess. I mean, as long as we come back playing better in the World Cup, you know, I do think that we're probably the best team in the league. And I do think that if we do play our best, we'll beat anyone. But how many times are we going to see this result? That's the frustrating thing. How many times are we going to see this kind of result where team time waits for 9 minutes, hits on the break and scores with their 2 attacks? I mean, to be fair to Ederson in this one, I can't even blame him because I think he's had a good game. I don't think he could do anything about either the goals. He's unlucky with the first one, it's looped over him, and the second one was poor defending. And it's just us desperate to get 3 points, and it's not worked out. And it's not the first time I've seen it. I've seen it against Leeds, I've seen it against Wolves, I've seen it against Tottenham. And they're just recent ones I can think of. So, yeah, that's the match reaction. Like I said, thankfully, we have 5 weeks now with no Premier League, so I don't have to bet on it for too long because I can hate England over the next couple of weeks, so that'd be nice. Nice little change. But thanks for watching. Thanks for checking out. Like I said, I will be watching, I'll be doing watch-alongs for the England games in the World Cup. Might do a couple more as well. We'll see. So make sure to join me for that. And make sure to hit the like button as well. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Just all really helps the channel. Even if you don't come back, it just helps the channel grow. We have hit over 1,000 subscribers now, which is great. And thank you for watching as always. And yeah, I mean, to be honest, I feel like doing ratings, but after a defeat like this, I tend to just want to give everyone a 1, so I'm not going to do it. Thanks for watching as always, and yeah, see you again. Bye bye.